Hey, what's up y'all? It's Megan and welcome back to the beautiful, wonderful, big, comfy couch. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about finance, finally. It's been a while, I know, but I've come up with videos in my head, but it takes me forever to do them for some reason. But here I am, and I'm back with another finance video. And this one, of course, is going to be in regards to auto loans, because that's my specialty. I'm not an expert by any means. I mean, I kind of have a little bit of input I could provide to you guys and some advice. In today's video, we are going to be talking about warranties and gap. I know my title of this video is probably really harsh, but it's true. I really feel like people should really take a look and see what they're getting when they buy these different products, when they're buying a car. To me, it's just a waste of money, but that's my opinion. So if you want to hear my reasoning as to why you should skip warranties and gap and everything else a dealership will try to sell you when you buy a car, then stay here with me. So when it comes to finances, I always say that we are all adults and we have the right to choose what we want to choose for ourselves. And that might be repeated throughout this entire video, because I'm not trying to say that anybody is crazy, stupid, not knowledgeable about finance if they decide to buy any of these things when they buy a car. But I'm just trying to let you know of different things that are out there and things you can maybe check upon that will save you thousands of dollars. So the first reason why you should not buy a warranty or a gap or any type of a back-end product is because you're probably not going to use it. Let's be real here. Now, of course, everything that I'm going to mention too, I know there's going to be people that'll be, yes, I did actually have to use it. Oh, this came handy for me because I got in an accident and da 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 da. There's going to be instances where it's going to be exceptions to the rule. Like, I know that there's probably people out there where a warranty, gap, or both have come in the clutch. It saved their lives. It saved them thousands of dollars. It happens. Like, it comes in handy for people, I'm sure. But the majority of people do not use these things. I bet within a year, you probably forget that you even bought it or have it at all. So why spend $3, $4, some people even over $5,000 on something you're never going to use? Just check with your own insurance company, your regular insurance company, State Farm, Allstate, Geico, whichever one you may have, and see if they have a separate coverage, I should say, for gap, to where you can just pay a monthly premium for it instead of having to pay, like I said, almost $1,000 added onto your amount finance when it comes to buying your car. You could save a whole lot of money, because at least for that's a part of your insurance, and the amount that you would pay monthly is definitely not going to be as much. So keep that in mind as an option if you're considering gap. So when it comes to a warranty, a lot of the times it will not cover what you need it to cover, because I know a lot of warranties, they only cover certain items. Like if it's something wear and tear, like tires or brakes, a warranty will never cover that. And I think most people know that. But let's say if some certain sensor goes out on your car that needs to be fixed, and it's like $500 or $1,000. And this is just an example. But if your warranty doesn't cover that one thing that you need, was it worth it? Granted, it could cover something else that may arise, but why buy it? I forgot to mention at the beginning, I work in originations, so I see contracts that come in daily from dealerships from around the country. So I see that people are buying this up on every single contract that I get in. And I really don't feel like people are really knowledgeable about what they're signing up for. A warranty, a lot of the times you have to read the fine print, because it's not going to cover everything that's on your vehicle. So keep in mind that it's just not a end all be all type of thing. Make sure you read the fine print of what you're buying if you're going to decide to buy one. because if you pay the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for something you won't even be able to use, then it's just not going to even be worth the time or the money or the stress. Another reason why you should skip warranties and gap coverage is because you just bought a brand new vehicle. Now, I know things can happen with new vehicles as well, especially during the manufacturing. Something can happen under the hood. I totally get it. I witnessed it firsthand, not firsthand with my eyes, but with customers calling in and telling me, because if you haven't seen my very first video on car loans, then I work in auto finance and I worked in auto finance customer service. So we heard it all there. Anything that could possibly happen with a car, I feel like I heard it working there in the year that I did. But anyway, if you have a brand new car, the odds are very unlikely that something is going to be faulty on your vehicle. Now, even though it does happen, I don't really think you need warranty coverage on a brand new vehicle, because the majority of people will not keep a brand new vehicle during the life of their loan. Like, the majority of people trade it in. Now, gap, I can understand why people feel the need to get gap coverage on a new vehicle, because of course, never been driven, so it's going to be, the value is going to be crazy. So if you get into an accident, and as we all know, once you drive off the lot, the value of it decreases tremendously. So if you get in an accident, the insurance company is not covering your whole vehicle. Like, they're gonna, it might be not too far off, but it's not covering your whole vehicle. So it's good to kind of have gap, I guess, if you want to cover the amount that's left over. But I still think it's a waste of money, because the majority of people do not get an accident with brand new cars. That's why I think it would be still not the best use of your money, but for this one, I definitely understand it. Okay, so another reason why you shouldn't spend your hard-earned money on warranties and gap is, I actually just touched on it, is because you plan on trading in your vehicle before the end of your loan. So if you're the type of person who trades in their car every couple years or so, I just don't see the point in wasting your money on these types of products, because you're not keeping the car that long. A year goes by like this these days. So if you trade your car every 2 years because you want the newer, better model, then it's just save your money so you can actually get it. Save it towards a down payment. If you're only having it for 2 years, yes, anything can happen, but that's not a really long time to have a car. When you go to the dealership and they offer you all of these things, just say no. I know it could make it a little awkward, but I always would tell them this: I plan on trading in my car within the next year or two anyway, so I don't think I need it. I think that's a perfect excuse, so you don't have to explain, or you don't have to feel bad about it, even though you shouldn't, because it's your money. You buy what you want to buy, because they're going to upsell it to you like clockwork, because that's how they make their money. Car dealerships do not make their money from the sale of cars. They make it through the finance company and the sale of all of these different things like warranties, gap, maintenance, car washes, VIN etch, tire and wheel. Now, tire and wheel, I can understand why people buy that, because I mean, if you have a nice little sports car or a brand new car, you want to keep the wheels looking pretty nice and no scratches. I get that, but do you really need it? That's up to you to decide. They're usually not super expensive, because I would consider it as well. If I had a brand new car, I would consider it. I'm trying to think of everything I've ever seen on contracts, like Scotch Guard. It's all kind of things. Like for car washes, you could go wash your own car. Why do you need to have a plan for it? Oil changes, why do you need to have a plan for it? Just go to the dealership or wherever to do it. And especially for used cars, do not waste your money on any of this. Like new cars too, but especially used cars, don't. From what I see in Southern California, I don't know what kind of magical touch these salesmen have on you guys, but they can sell their butts off to y'all, because Southern California contracts tend to have thousands of dollars of unnecessary stuff. Yeah, I don't know what they put in the coffee or the water that they probably offer you guys over there, but it worked. Actually, a few weeks ago, I saw this contract where the applicant was the only applicant, and they bought $10,000 worth of back-end products. They got the work. So that dealership made bank that day. They really, really did. So, and I'm not saying this because I know people out there, when you're a car salesman. I worked at a dealership for a short time too, only because I left because they tried to play me, but I'm not gonna go off track there. I worked at a dealership, so I know salesmen work hard. They want to get their commission. They want to get all of that too. It helps the dealership. I know, and dealerships are really struggling right now with this chip shortage, but I mean, you got to think about you first. Anyway, I mean, it's just crazy. In that region, I see $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, and I'm just like, my mind is blown, because I'm telling you, it's not worth it. And it's a pain in the to cancel. I promise you, it's gonna take weeks, sometimes even months to cancel these things. I think I said this in one of my previous videos on auto finance as well. Do not get these things if you hate canceling stuff, because this is a process. Another tactic you may have to watch out for, this just came to my mind, is that sometimes, depending on if it's a sketchy dealership or not, and I hate to say that, but some dealerships will go as far as to tell you that if you don't get some of these things, especially the main two, a warranty or gap coverage, they'll tell you that you have to buy these things in order to get your financing, and that is definitely not true. Now, at least, let me backtrack. At least for the lender I work for and the majority of like the bigger institutions. Now, if it's like a credit union or something, I doubt it, but I highly doubt that they would want you to pay additional money. Let me know down below if you've ever encountered that, where it's, in fact, you have to get a warranty and a gap plan for this, because I've never heard of that. But anyway, if you know you're being financed by a big institution, like a well-known one, don't believe that, because they are trying to make money. And if you're like, oh, I need my car, I don't want to lose my car, and just get it and you don't want it, no, that's not right. If you're ever being told that you have to buy a warranty or a gap coverage, then just walk out, because they are trying to deceive you. I promise you they are, because no company will want you to buy additional things to get financing. Every finance company wants your business, and if you have to get something in order to get it, then that's just whack to me. Now, I understand sometimes some finance companies may want you to put a down payment on a car. That makes sense, because you're kind of putting like some collateral down in a sense. Just have common sense. If somebody is telling you you need to do this, this, and this to get your car, and you were already approved for it, don't believe it. I would just walk out, because that means you can't trust them. They're willing to do anything and everything in order to make sales and make extra money. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have on this topic today. Now, what I suggest you do, if you're somebody that's kind of on the fence about it, just Google it and see what like trusted websites have to say about it. Because I feel like I see it's really 50-50 in my opinion, but to me, the websites that I found tend to agree with me, but of course it just all depends on what you look for. They may provide even better points and actual statistics on it as well. Do your research, and of course, like I said earlier, this is my opinion. I don't want to tell anybody what to do with their money, and it's all about feel too. If it genuinely makes you feel better that you are covered all the way around, then you have to do what's best for you. You know, I can't give you the trust that nothing is going to happen, because in a way I have it too, because I'm not the best driver out there. But I mean, I haven't been in like a driving accident. I have been in a parking lot accident, which I'm not going to get into. But yeah, I haven't been in a driving accident. And by the way, that parking accident was not my fault. I was inside at my actual job where I tell you guys I work. Besides that, if it just gives you a peace of mind that you want, then go ahead and do it. You're not gonna be crazy. Millions of people do this every day because I see it. But this video, I made it just for you guys to have like another point of view. I hope I was helpful in making you guys reconsider or maybe still consider it. I don't know. But let me know down below if there's a reason why you absolutely have to have gap, or if you agree with me, or if it really helped you in a certain instance, because I want to know it. I like to have different perspectives on it as well, because I'm always learning. I want to learn what's out there. And before I forget, I just want to mention that if you've ever seen my very first video about everything you need to know about car loans, everything that really has to do with it, I think I'm going to go ahead and refilm that video, because I watched it the other day and it was cringe-worthy, like really cringe-worthy, and I could have edited it a lot better. So now that I kind of know what I'm doing now, and that was my very first video, like you can't expect someone's first video to be good. I know there are some that probably are, but for me, I didn't know what I was doing. That's why it came out the way that it came out. But I don't think it's horrible. But I do think it could be a lot more concise, and it could be a little bit more to the point as well. And people saying that they can't hear me. So I want to redo it for that reason as well, because the whole point of me doing it was to be able to help people out. So if people are having trouble following along with it, then I have to redo it. I don't want to promise a date on when to expect it, because I don't want to let you guys down, but it will come at some point before the end of the year, I promise. So keep an eye out for that. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Bye.